Hey, this is Brody from Rivers of Nile, and you're watching RichardMetalFan.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Richard Metal Fan Interviews. This is episode number 23, and I'm sitting here backstage at Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm talking with Brody from Rivers of Nile. Brody, how are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing really well. So you have your new album out entitled The Work. Can you talk about like the whole writing and recording process and how that all came to be and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So we recorded the album in November of 2019. Spent, basically like most, or not 2019, 2020 rather, sorry. Spent most of like 2020 finishing up the record. We started writing it late 2019, a little bit after Owls came out, and just took our time and made it as good as we possibly could, and then tracked it in November, finished mixing in February, and off to mastering. So yeah, it's been done for a while, but we're stoked it's out. Yeah.
Awesome. And would you consider this kind of like a direct follow-up to Where Owls Know My Name, or do you think this is almost kind of like a new beginning for Rivers of Nile in a way?
I think in a lot of ways, it's a continuation of like the 4-season thing that we do, but I think that, in a lot of ways it is kind of like a new chapter in the band, it's a very different kind of record for us, I think it could be a new beginning, but who knows? We don't even really know what we're doing, so.
That's awesome. And the last album, which I think is, I fucking loved, like people loved it a lot. I honestly consider it kind of like a modern day Death, Sound of Perseverance, or Focus by Cynic. Was there like pressure to follow up Where Owls Know My Name?
I wouldn't say that there was pressure. I think we were just like aware of the fact that more people were paying attention to our band than had been previously, and we wanted to just do something that was big and different. Whatever it was, we wanted it to kind of like stand on its own 2 feet and just be its own thing. So I think that like as far as like topping Owls, that was never something that we were like really thinking about, because I think Owls is the best version of that sound that we could have achieved. Owls is the best version of itself, so no need to like do it twice. So I think we just we were aware that more people were paying attention to our band, and we just wanted to like do something big and different and kind of weird to stir the pot a little bit, I guess.
Right. And kind of going with the songwriting process, was there like a preconceived idea, or there was like a lot of trial and error and experimentation going around to make this album?
I think that a lot of what we do is just really, I write a lot of the music. I don't do any of the lyrics or any vocals or anything like that, but most of the music I write. And like, I think a lot of, what this band is kind of like, I record I have a recording studio at my house. I record pretty much everything that I write, and really like, I guess like, this record is just another snapshot into like where I was at creatively, where we were all at creatively as a band during the times. It was a pretty similar process to all of our other records, just, writing at my studio at home, and then tracking guitars and stuff at my studio, and then going and doing drums and vocals and mixing with Carson at Atrium Audio. So it was like a similar experience to our last 2 records, but we had a lot more time this time, so we just kind of just like took our time and messed around with a lot of new stuff, I guess. Yeah.
All right. And like your style of like progressive death metal, like I think progressive death metal is just like they're all over the place. There's like so many different styles, but a lot of bands like have like their own thing. Is there like your style is like a different point to get across?
I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry. Could you ask the question again? Yeah.
All right. With your style of progressive death metal, is there like a point to get across?
Not really. We just like, we're just like giving people kind of like glimpses into where we're all at musically. I don't know, like I just want to write, music that's cool and weird and heavy, both, as far as actual heaviness and, heavy emotionally, I guess that's like the goal. We just want to make music that, that impacts, people in a profound way, maybe a different kind of way than what they're used to with other metal bands. Yeah.
All right. And with someone that discovers your music for the first time and they want like the full concept, like as like you mentioned with your four albums are kind of like the four seasons, do they need to be kind of like almost like Lord of the Rings in a way where you have to start with the Conscious Sea to Monarchy to Owls to this new album, the work in the way? Do you have to like listen to it in order from first album to last, or does it really just matter? You could start anywhere.
I mean, I think each album could be kind of taken in on its own, but you know, like they're connected in some ways. Like the Terrestria songs are really like the connector between the four albums. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you necessarily need to like listen to them, you know, in order. You can. I mean, that's like how we kind of like set it up, that they could be enjoyed like that. But I don't think any one of them could be enjoyed without, you know, any one of them can be enjoyed without hearing all of the others, I think, anyway. Yeah.
All right. And kind of going to playing live is also because now you have like four albums out, is like making a set list of like different songs from every album, or does it almost kind of like change the context of some of the songs in a way?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like on support tours, it's always hard for us to pick like, you know, 5 songs that we want to like represent our band on any given tour, any given support tour, you know, because like our songs are longer and like it's tough to like, you know, pick songs that are gonna like, you know, get the point across, I guess, when you have like half an hour or whatever. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, on a headlining run, like it would be different. Like we would, you know, we'd have more time to work with, so it'd be easier to pick songs from each album. But like, you know, we try to give, you know, people like a little bit of each record on each tour, like even support tours. And you know, I think this, you know, I think the only album we're not playing anything off of this time is the first record. But yeah, I mean, it's tough picking songs, you know, when you're limited on time, but we try to do the best we can.
All right. And like I feel like every show that you've done, I think this is like my 5th or 6th time seeing you guys. I remember seeing you play at like the old Masquerade and then the new one a bunch, and now you're playing at Center Stage. I almost feel like every show is kind of like a story from like then and now. Would you kind of agree to that?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, like I think that, you know, the band has, you know, been growing and getting better each tour, and you know, I think that yeah, each time we come through, we try to, you know, one up ourselves from the last time, you know. And so yeah, I mean, possibly could be like yeah, it could be a story.
All right. And I got one more question for you. You ready for the hardest question of all? How do you know when a song is done?
It never is. You just kind of turn off the computer and then you know, go do whatever else you got to do.
That's like the best answer.
Yeah, it's never done.
So before we go, I just want to thank you for this interview. Is there just anything else you would like to promote with Rivers of Nile, with the new album, like in terms of tours, just knocking on wood if they happen?
Yeah, just go out and grab the new album, metalbladerecords.com or riversofnile.com, and, you know, give it a spin. We're going over to Europe with Archspire next month, so Europe, yeah, hopefully see you soon. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Brody. Everyone, Brody from Rivers of Nile. See you next time.